We are all in different seasons of life. Today, I feel like reaching out to those who are in the harder seasons. And if this is you and you are struggling right now, I would like to give this message to you. I'll also share how I started collecting houseplants and how they kept me rooted during one of my toughest and lowest times of my life. So, to start, I was actually depressed for maybe 2 years, and this was part due to moving to a new and unfamiliar city where my husband and I had to start a new life. Moving to a new city meant new surroundings and adjustments, which I was actually not so good at, as I discovered. I was learning to adapt to a new lifestyle, one with more solitude, more alone time than I ever had. Prior to this, I was living a busy and social life. My schedule was always full, so this drastic change caused me to feel lost and question what my role and purpose in this new place was. On top of that, I didn't feel motivated to get things done. Being depressed, waking up, getting out of bed was often a huge struggle. Upon a visit to my mother-in-law's sometime after our move, she gifted me some plant cuttings, which I took back home and cared for. And at first I wasn't confident that I would be able to, because I've had a history of killing almost every unkillable plant there is. But I was surprisingly successful this time. So my interest in plants quickly grew, and I started to purchase some of my own locally. Eventually, I had gone from probably 2 to 5 to 10 and then 20, 100, and before I knew it, I had amassed over 200 houseplants. Imagine the time it took to care for all of them, but nonetheless, I was actually very happy. Houseplants was my gateway to mental health progress. I had found a reason to get out of bed, and it gave me something to look forward to each day. Whether it was watering the plants, seeing new leaf growth, or discovering new blooms, everything felt blissful with my new plant life. I even learned how to propagate them, to share, and to sell. When I discovered rarer plant types, I purchased these as well and added them to my personal collection. Not many people knew that I was in depression because social media usually highlights our best side, and it's easy to hide behind a screen. No one knows the full story of what's really going on. And at the time, I was working virtually with my design clients. I was working with a coach, taking online courses, and as if everything was okay, when in reality, things just weren't. In hindsight, this houseplant life slowed down my lifestyle, which I later submitted to. I acknowledged that I was in depression, and I stopped pushing myself to be busy. But to be honest, I also felt in this season that I was no longer moving forward in my life. However, the reward of the slower life was that it brought me closer to understanding my self-worth. Prior to moving here in the city, I've always been busy, never really had time for myself. I'd volunteer, network, go to events, go places. While these things are not necessarily bad, they were distractions. I was always trying to be a high achiever, to prove that I was capable to both others and to myself. When all this was no longer a part of my life, at first I felt useless. But through this season, I had a prompting from God, and He revealed to me that this is why I'm worthy, because in this season, while I had done nothing boast-worthy and I did not achieve worldly success, He still loved me the same. I didn't have to do anything to earn His love or approval. This was about Him and what He had already done on the cross, not what I needed to do. In that moment, I felt at peace. I felt relief. I was relieved that I was able to just be and breathe. Like plants, I didn't need to impress anyone or accomplish big things. I was already worthy just as I was. So to you listening right now, I know things are tough. We are living through a pandemic and we are still breathing. This is just a season. And whatever hard things you're going through, this season will pass. So, friend, give yourself the permission to just be. And until next time.